Hey all, Chris Bassett here, and I'll be soloing the Legend Lost Sector, Skydock IV, on my Hunter. Let's get into it. Skydock IV is located in the EDZ, the European Dead Zone. You'll find it in the upper left-hand corner of the map. If you don't see it, keep in mind there's a few prerequisites before you have access to the legendary version. You must be above 1510 power level, you must have at least completed the regular version of the Lost Sector once, and then it has to be that day for the Lost Sector's rotation. Since it's solar burn, I'll be using my Gunslinger. Solar abilities and weapons do 50% more damage. Gambler's Dodge with Knife Trick work together to spam melees. I'll be using Knock 'em Down. That way, while I'm Radiant, final blows with my equipped throwing knife fully refund melee energy. And then Ember of Torches powered melee attacks make you Radiant. Also, my second aspect is Gunpowder Gamble. That way, explosions! So after you land in the Sunken Isles, the Lost Sector's over to the right. It can be tricky to find, so follow along, and I'll show you where the regular version is, and then we'll do a legendary version. And on the way over, we'll talk about some weapon options. This Lost Sector has barrier and unstoppable champions. So take a look at your artifact, and you can see that we've got unstoppable pulse rifle, unstoppable shotgun, anti-barrier scout rifle, anti-barrier auto rifle, and then Inferno Whip, which your solar melee is strong against unstoppable champions. On the way to the Lost Sector, don't forget you have to go down and inside to the left. It can be a little tricky to find, but there's the symbol on the wall, and then just follow where I'm leading down and then to the left to get to the normal version if you haven't unlocked it already. I'll be using the Syncopation 53 as my primary pulse rifle. I also have a solar auto rifle, the Amit AR2. It has adaptive munitions on it because there are void shields in this Lost Sector. Adaptive munitions is good because it increases damage against shields that aren't the same type, and there's void shields. Also, a good alternative would be hard light because you can switch between elements. For my heavy weapon, I'm using Sleeper Simulant. Another couple of good options would be Gallarhorn or the Ascendancy rocket launcher. You can find the quest for that in the tower. Also, don't forget to mod your ghost with whichever armor you want to drop with high stats. I'm using a Discipline Armorer. So, right after you spawn into the Legend Lost Sector, there's an unstoppable champion right to the left. Try to stun him as fast as possible with your pulse rifle, or whichever unstoppable mod you're using, and then zerg him down with a couple of heavy shots. If he is giving you trouble, there's a little bit of cover in the center of the room, or towards the back there's that container. When you drop down into the hole, just be careful. There's two champions down here. There is one unstoppable and one anti-barrier. They like to take cover in the back of the room. Be careful because it's solar burn, and one of them also has a machine gun. Your best option is to take cover where those scions are, just to the left. It's up on the ledge, but there's also a little bit of cover there. If you're here, you're pretty open and exposed. I'm using Gunpowder Gamble for that exact reason. Throw it down there, it'll blow up all the ads. Here you have a decent piece of cover. You can take shots at the champion. Just be careful because some of the phalanx will back him up and put their shields up. Throw a grenade to draw their attention, or to get them to drop the shield, just shoot that crit in the center. I'm using the Solar Flare Grenade. I like it because it lingers. It hits an area and then damages that area continuously while the targets are trapped inside. The champions actually have two crit spots. They have their head, their face, but then they also have that backpack that sticks up from their back and is actually probably easier crit to hit. It's pretty fun to one-hit the red bar enemies with your throwing knife. By speccing the Knock 'em Down aspect, Radiant final blows with your equipped throwing knife fully refund your melee energy, and then the Fragment Ember of Torches powered melee attacks against combatants make you Radiant. You basically always have a charged melee as long as you're getting kills. Up in this next area is the boss room. You're going to encounter a lot of void shields here, so that's where that adaptive munitions is helpful, or if you're rocking a hard light or a void weapon, then you can use it to take those shields off. There's a champion that's going to push up on you, so just pull back and then stun him, and then you can kill him with your heavy. If you're running a rocket launcher with only one missile in the magazine, you may want to equip the Gambler's Dodge, so you can shoot the rocket, dodge reload real quick, and then shoot a second rocket. If you take too long to kill them, they possibly could regenerate the shield and you have to start the process over again. Some weapon perks to look out for in rocket launchers would be Clown Cartridge for 2 in the magazine, or Field Prep. That way, while you're crouched, you dramatically increase the reload speed. I'm just kind of hanging back and killing all the ads. If you wanted to push up, you could push up to the right side. There's a decent area for cover, and then also the boss is in the back of the room. So if you had the right weapons and setup, you could rush the back, Solar Super, and then dump all your heavy ammo into him and actually get through this pretty quick. I'm going to be doing a lot of tutorials on my channel for Destiny 2 free-to-play. So if you're interested, go ahead and throw me a subscribe and a notification. That way you never miss when I put a new video up. So there's the boss in the back of the room. I'm going to go ahead and push up since my super's ready. And then I've got some linear fusion. So ideally you want to throw a grenade at him, start damaging him, and then I pop my super, go for headshots, and then heavy weapon. Ads do spawn in as you take away his health bars, so just be mindful you don't get overran. And then once the boss is dead, technically you could open the chest to get your rewards. I'm going to go ahead and clean out the rest of the room, retreat back to that original position, and then clean up the rest of the ads before I open the chest. If you are struggling to stay alive, I've found it helpful to use the healing grenade. It's a grenade that cures on impact and granting you restoration, and you can basically heal through damage. With the right setup, you can also become radiant and healing, and you can keep those 2 buffs going so you're almost invincible. Hey, check out this other video right here. Use my Amazon link down in the description to save money on electronics. Help out the channel at no cost to you. If you have any questions, put it in the comments. Thanks.